Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York.
Wall Street Journal World News.
April 4, 5:12 America, New York, L'Oreal to buy luxury beauty brand Aesop. L'Oreal said it is buying Aesop, an Australian beauty brand, for an enterprise value of $2.5 billion.
Wall Street Journal World News.
April 4, 5:09 America, New York. After Credit Suisse, Chinese banks aren't a great safe harbor. Chinese banks will likely avoid the troubles of their global peers, but they are cheap for good reason. BBC News World.
April 4, 5:02 America, New York. NATO gathers to welcome Finland as 31st member. Finland's flag will be raised at NATO as the length of Russia's border with member states is doubled.
New York Times World News.
April 4, 5 o'clock America, New York. Surrogacy emerges as the wedge issue for Italy's hard right. Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni has ordered municipalities to stop certifying foreign birth certificates for same-sex couples who used surrogacy, leaving some babies in a legal limbo. Davide Chiappa, left, and Davide Fassi last month at home with their son, Martino, in Milan.
Mirror World News.
April 4, 4:57 America, New York. St. Petersburg bomber smiles on CCTV before she's caught as husband says she was framed. Daria Trapova's husband has said she had been framed and that he is completely sure that she would never have been able to do something like that in Russia on her own.
Mirror World News.
April 4, 4:41 America, New York. Neighbor's furious handwritten letter to selfish woman using wood-burning fire. A homeowner has shared the angry note she received from her next-door neighbors who expressed their rage at her using a wood-burning fireplace, as it's polluting the gardens outside.
Mirror World News.
April 4, 4:28 America, New York. St. Petersburg bomb suspect seen edging away from blogger after handing him statue. Daria Trapova skulked away after handing pro-Vladimir Putin propagandist Vladlen Tatarsky a statue of himself just moments before an explosion ripped through the venue he was speaking at in St. Petersburg, Russia.
Wall Street Journal World News.
April 4, 4:10 America, New York. Ukraine's NATO future sparks debate as Finland joins alliance. Foreign ministers from member countries meeting in Brussels are looking beyond the battlefield in Ukraine to the country's future relations with the alliance.
Washington Post World.
April 4, 3:32 America, New York. Palestinian stabs 2 Israelis in attack near army base. A Palestinian attacker stabbed 2 Israeli soldiers near an army base south of Tel Aviv on Tuesday in the latest incident in a year-long spate of violence that shows no sign of abating.
BBC News World.
April 4, 3:30 America, New York. Arunachal Pradesh. India rejects China's attempt to rename disputed places. Delhi's comments come amid reports that China has renamed 11 places along a disputed Himalayan border region.
Washington Post World.
April 4, 3:14 America, New York. German climber killed in fall near Swiss resort of Zermatt. Police say a German climber has died after falling some 500 meters, 1,640 feet, in the Alps in southern Switzerland.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines. Sky News.
April 4, 3:08 America, New York. ISIS leader who planned attacks on Europe killed in Syria by U.S. strike. A senior Islamic State leader who was responsible for planning ISIS attacks into Europe has been killed in Syria by the United States. His fighters in a parade in Raqqa in June 2014.
Washington Post World.
April 4, 2:47 America, New York. Afghan Taliban raid kills 6 members of Islamic State group. The Taliban says their forces in Afghanistan have killed 6 members of the extremist Islamic State group during a raid in the country's north.
BBC News World.
April 4, 2:32 America, New York. Virgin Orbit. Richard Branson's rocket firm files for bankruptcy. The satellite launch company has failed to secure new investment after a rocket launch failed.
Fox World News.
April 4, 2 o'clock America, New York. Trump's indictment puts him in same company as Berlusconi, Netanyahu, other world leaders. Former President Trump is the latest once-elected official to be hit with criminal charges in a move that is not unprecedented in other modern democracies despite some GOP claims.
Fox News.
April 4, 2 o'clock America, New York. AI could go, Terminator, gain upper hand over humans in Darwinian rules of evolution, report warns. AI researcher Dan Hendricks published a paper warning that artificial intelligence could play by the rules of natural selection and eventually lead humans to lose control of their future.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News. April 4. 1:37 America New York. Virgin Orbit files for bankruptcy protection in the U.S. Virgin Orbit has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in the U.S. after failing to secure the funding needed to recover from a January rocket failure.